Have you ever experienced a feeling that was so amazing you couldn't help but smile from ear to ear? Well, today we're going to talk about the best feeling in the world, and trust me, it's not what you think it is. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to discover the one feeling that can make everything else in life feel insignificant. Let's take it away with our first story. Waking up Christmas morning between 6 and 12 years old. Those 6 mornings were just freaking magical. I don't think anything can touch the pure, unadulterated happiness. Sure, I had my wedding day, and I was very, very happy, but there's always a tinge of grown-up worry, you know? Maybe she won't show, or maybe someone will do something dumb, or maybe it won't work out in the long run. But those Christmas mornings were pure. There was no worry, no sadness. There was just Christmas. Now, let's explore the next story in our lineup. I once was on a very full flight where I had an aisle seat near the back of the plane. A little later, another guy took the seat in the middle, or our 3-seat row. The plane kept filling up, and the attendants kept making announcements about how it was a full flight, and so on. After a while, the boarding passengers started to trickle in, and my row, mate and I dared to share a mutual look. It was a look that said this might happen. We gazed intently as all the other seats on the plane were filled, and then finally, as if by some magnificent nod of approval from the universe, the attendant closed the door. My roommate and I shared a celebratory look that spoke volumes before he moved, triumphantly, over to the window seat. Not a word was spoken. Without skipping a beat, let's check out our next story. As a kid, when my mom would quietly walk into the room and instead of waking me up, whisper it snowed, schools are closed, go back to sleep, the content feeling of drifting back off and knowing what a fun day of sledding and snowball fights lay ahead was easily the best feeling in the world. And with that, we move on to our next story. When you have that perfect poo, the one that comes out clean with one nice long push and makes you feel skinny and hungry at the same time. Nothing better. Thanks for sharing, Pietro. Let's quickly move on. When all your classes are done and you don't have any exams, papers, or homework to worry about, at that moment, all the possibilities in the world are open to you. Absolutely agree. Not many feelings that can compare for sure. Let's hear the next story. I've been real poor lately, so my mom bought me a bunch of groceries. Opening the fridge after I had forgotten about it and suddenly seeing a ton of food was an amazing feeling. Thanks, Mom. The update to this story is even more heartwarming. Thank you all are so kind. And thank you, stranger who offered to buy me groceries. Really made this guy's day. I will be thanking my mom about 8 more times. She's been such an amazing woman. I remember being 5 or 6 and having to poop in a bucket because we were so poor and had no plumbing. We put our house together piece by piece over 15 years of hard work and struggle. As of this summer, my mom graduated college and became a full-time nurse. Our family is so damn proud of her. Thanks for the love, Reddit friends. Doesn't that warm the heart? Great story, friend. Thanks for sharing. We've got a few great ones left, so let's head over to the next. For me, it's something a little bit different. When a sick animal comes in and you're able to take the pain and the fear away by treating them, the look of palpable relief on their face is pretty much the greatest thing in the world. I've seen animals that were clenched up, thrashing about and striking randomly at people they normally cared about. But because they were in so much pain, they couldn't differentiate what was happening. The moment they're able to get over that edge to where they realize they're gonna make it through is something that words can't really describe. The satisfaction of happy owners, some who know their best friend is going through a lot of pain, but can't help, and they get to see their friend come through it, is a huge bonus as well. Animals are a man's best friend is a saying for a reason. Thanks for sharing. Let's see what we have next. Well, I woke up with 2 letters one morning. One was from a group that gave out scholarships that said they would pay for my room and meal plan, or cash equivalent if I chose to live off campus, and another one from the university I would not have to pay tuition. That might have been one of the happiest days of my life. My parents already told me they were personally going to take care of financing my education, but I took care of that myself. I wasn't going to be in debt, and I made my parents so proud. It was probably the happiest I have ever been. It almost brings a tear to your eyes. We have 4 stories remaining, so grab a tissue and let's keep on moving. This is going to sound cheesy, but it's fresh on my brain. Last night, I got up the courage to tell the love of my life exactly how I felt about him. The answer here for me was hearing "I love you too." I still keep playing it over and over. I've done a lot of drugs and had some great sex, but I gotta say, ain't nothing got shit on this. I'm fucking invincible today. You go, sister. That's a high you can thrive on for days. Meanwhile, let's continue our journey. Right now, I'm undergoing some serious medical care in a bit of a baffling case. I also have 2 diseases and a condition, though none of them life-threatening. One of the diseases is under control. The other decided to fuck around with me here and there. Anyway, about a year and a half ago, one of the specialists on my medical team said, "Don't worry, in verbose. I will never give up on you. Each morning I wake up and feel like shit." But honestly, knowing that and having her stand by that is the best feeling for me right now in the world. Hang in there, friend. I'm positive you'll pull through and make a full recovery. We're down to our final 2 stories, however. You rise before the sun. You work all day. Grueling back, breaking stuff. You sweat and cuss and ache and pant. The sun is on its way down, but you still have work to do. You keep at it until you're finished because you have to. Can't get behind, or tomorrow will be worse. Finally, you're done. You make your way back to your house that's been paid for with work like this. You take a seat in your rocker on the porch. You take a long look over your land and the fruits of your labor. You understand that it required every drop of sweat, every swear uttered, every sore muscle, every second of exhaustion to earn this feeling of pride. You take a sip of a glass of sweet iced tea, lean back in your chair, enjoy the slight breeze that rolls through as dusk settles in, and smile. I imagine very few reading this will understand exactly what I'm talking about, but that last bit of the day, it doesn't get much better up. I'm actually positive many of us can relate to your experience. Thanks so much for sharing with us. With that, we have arrived at our final story for today, and it's a goodie. Sit back and enjoy. Going for a kiss the first time and having them respond enthusiastically. Sex is fantastic, but for me and my self-confidence issues, nothing beats that high of uncertain desperation, immediately replaced by passion, arousal, some pride, and a fair bit of relief. You didn't just make an ass of yourself. And with that, we've arrived at the end of our feel-good journey. What's your favorite feeling in the world? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking videos like this one. See you in the next one.